So this is the first ever thing we're recording with our new podcast setup.
Yep, absolutely.
Are you excited?
I mean, no.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, am I supposed to feel like this is the beginning of an era or some shit? No, this is just...
This is like a whole thing.
No, this is just another podcast, and we're significantly lower budget now. Like, what am I to be excited about here?
Welcome.
Nothing has changed.
Welcome to a special episode of Film for Thought.
Yep.
My name's Jake.
I am Connor.
And we're a real podcast now. We're not a radio show.
Oh, do we get a jingle now?
What do you mean, do we get a jingle?
Can we like get a jingle?
No, we'll have our intro music. The intro music will be cut in now.
And here we go.
That was good, wasn't it?
That was cool. That was different. It feels different.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Yes. You haven't heard it yet.
No, I haven't heard it.
So you'll hear it when you listen to this. But do you listen to our show? You don't, do you?
I don't know.
I do when I edit.
I have this nasty habit of like only listening to things that I have recorded when I have to edit them, and then after I put them up, never again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Literally, I went back and accidentally watched like 20 seconds of one of my live stream archives on YouTube recently.
Did you hate it?
No, I just turned it off. Like, I'm so apathetic. It's painful.
This episode is a special Star Wars spoiler cast.
It is,
We've tried to do this three times.
This is fourth time's the charm?
This is the fourth time trying
Fourth
to do
time's the charm.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We did one where we also played Battlefront and
Yep.
the audio was messed up. We
Yep.
did one where it was really bad.
Okay, we did the first crap one, like, on a green screen.
Oh no, this is the third time, isn't it?
No, because we did the first crap one on a green screen. We did the second one in the hallway of the university, trying to use a fancy looking
No, that was the
backdrop.
non-spoiler one that's actually out.
Yeah, but we tried to do a spoiler one as well, and we did,
Oh, yeah,
you
we
didn't
did
edit it.
yeah.
Like, and then the third one was the
Battlefront
Battlefront
gameplay.
one, where the volume was just...
Which is a shame because it was actually kind of funny.
It was kind of funny, yeah.
So this is probably going to go for about half an hour.
Yeah, I hope so.
Talk all things Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Because I think it's about time now where it doesn't matter about spoilers. You've seen it. If you're going to see it, you've seen it.
No, I wouldn't say necessarily. I'd say there's definitely some people... I'd say there's definitely some people who want to see it who still haven't seen it. But at the same time, get your ass into gear.
Get yourself into gear.
Like, come on. It's not like you can't get tickets now. We're literally going to go for another screening this weekend. Like,
yeah.
You can get tickets.
I can't wait to see it again.
Go and see the film.
Not to spoil our review.
Everyone has 4 hours free to travel to the cinema, watch it, and travel back home.
Yeah.
Like, you have
Assuming
no
you live like 20 minutes away from
and
it.
And if you haven't seen it yet, and you're not going to see it soon, don't listen to this.
Yeah, go away.
And then don't complain at us about spoilers.
But if you are listening to this,
Yeah.
be really, really, really grateful that this special Film for Thought podcast is brought to you by Audible.com.
Audible.
Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks across a range of genres with over 200,000 books to choose from, man. That's a lot. So we give you a free trial. I used my free trial to listen to Andy Weir's sci-fi survival novel The Martian, which was turned into a feature film starring Matt Damon. Do you remember it?
Do I remember it? No, I actually have no idea. What is The Martian, Jake?
It's good. But you can get a bunch of other great books on there.
I personally recommend The Call of Cthulhu because I've been reading a lot of Lovecraft. I've been listening to and reading a lot of Lovecraft novels and novellas recently.
So,
oh my god, they're good.
For a 30-day trial and a free audiobook of your choice, that's free. You don't have to pay for any of this. Go to audibletrial.com/filmforthought. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/filmforthought.
Do you feel powerful when you read adverts? Like, is that how that works?
It's a cool URL. I enjoy having our stuff on a URL.
It's cool.
Currently, I own the domain filmforthought.co.uk.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I haven't done anything with it yet, but
I think at some point we need to
sort out a website.
Sort out a website properly.
So, like we said at the top, this is Star Wars. We're going to talk Star Wars.
We are indeed.
What do you think?
I think that Jar Jar Binks is annoying.
He's really bad in.
Oh, we're talking about number 7.
No, specifically in number 7.
Okay, my bad. I just thought we were talking Star Wars.
No. Star Wars episode 7.
Number 7 is like, I think it's the second best Star Wars film.
Interesting. I agree.
Like,
go on.
A lot of people came out of that film and they were either polarizing opinions, right? Either it was the worst piece of crap,
best movie ever,
the best
or worst
movie ever. And like, I'm very much of the opinion, best movie ever, except not quite. Right?
All right, Mr. Sunday. Go on.
So, terrible joke. Yeah, so a lot of people have complaints that it's way too similar to the original.
I don't care.
I
agree. I don't care.
Here's the thing, like, it's similar to A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. I can't speak today.
You got them
in
man.
Ways that it needs to be.
Yeah, it's like a soft reboot.
And thankfully, it's nothing like Return of the Jedi.
You really don't like Return of the Jedi. I feel like it's come out. You get more and more aggressive against it
every time I talk about it.
Yeah,
I realize how much more I hate it. It's getting to prequel levels.
No, it isn't.
It definitely
no, it
is.
Not.
It definitely is.
Shut your mouth.
No, it's so pain. It's like people suddenly remembered, oh god, we've got to make it as good as A New Hope, and then they decided to try and make it A New Hope, but bad.
No, you're ridiculous.
No, I'm not ridiculous. This is absolutely right. Like, it's terrible. It's awful. It's bad. It's bad.
You're talking about Return of the Jedi, not The Force Awakens,
no,
which
The Force Awakens is good. It's damn good.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Like, think of it less like it's a carbon copy of the originals and more like it's an echo of them. Like,
like I said, it's a soft reboot.
You can see the effect that, like, all of the choices made by the characters in the original trilogy have literally echoed and like it's causing ripples all the way down the line, and there are plot elements that are decidedly similar to sort of act as like this nice mirror and to ease you into the new trilogy, and it's definitely going to take a significantly different turn in episodes 8 and 9. Like,
I agree.
This was like a great movie on its own. A bit inconclusive if you look at it.
It's quite inconclusive
on its own.
It has its own.
It does have a conclusion,
story,
but it's
there is
like
a meta
there's
story.
so much setup.
Yeah,
there's so much setup.
It's definitely the first part of a 3-part film.
Exactly. With that in mind, like, it uses these.
I just spilled Monster on my.
Yeah, you're a mess. With that in mind, it uses these elements from the original trilogy to ease you into this new trilogy, but it's definitely going to take on its own identity in the future.
100%.
And the way it uses these elements, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's quite ham-fisted. It's like it's so similar, but at the same time, it works and you enjoyed it. Don't like yourself.
But other films that aren't Star Wars also copy Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, right?
Every film is at least an echo of something. Like I think it's a Tarantino quote. You know, I steal from every movie I've seen.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's true. Like, it's absolutely true. And if you go into filmmaking at any point in your life for any really misguided reason,
right?
Don't do it, guys. It doesn't pay that soon. Like,
it doesn't pay at all.
It doesn't pay at all for the first 10 years. But if you ever go into filmmaking, you will realize that you will steal from other films too. Like, 100%. There is no way to avoid it. Like,
yeah. And it's honestly, it's more permissible because it's part of the same franchise.
Yeah.
Like, it almost makes it more acceptable.
Yeah. But it's like a lot of, because of like the success of these new characters as well. Like, these new characters are fantastic.
Really cool. Because
you can see.
Did you read my notes?
No.
Oh, so good. That was a very natural segue. Go ahead.
These new characters are all meant to essentially be like an avatar of someone from the previous trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. You pose like your Han.
Poe is Han. Like, Finn is Leia.
He's Leia, yeah.
Sorry, Finn.
Yeah.
You're my favorite character, but you're like
he's the Leia.
You are like the spiritual descendant of my least favorite character. Like,
you're really against.
I don't like Leia. She's
Leia.
No. Okay.
Do you hate her as much as you hate Return of the Jedi?
Probably about the same level. So, and then obviously Rey as Luke, which is fantastic. The marketing was done really well.
Oh, complete misdirect.
It's one of the best marketing tricks I've seen in a while. It's just like, you go into this thinking, oh, like, it's great as well.
Finn's gonna be the guy.
It's great as well because it sort of completely invalidated a lot of the arguments that people were making on social media about Finn. It's just like, obviously people saying a lot about like you can't have a black stormtrooper,
ridiculous to
and then
begin
you
with.
can't, like, the even worse ones where you can't have a black protagonist in a Star Wars film. I was just like, you're the worst people alive. And like
Trump is up here. You're like, not far
beneath.
beneath.
The thing, though, it's like this film. I can't, like, it's very clear Rey is meant to be the.
Trump.
Don't ever say that again. Like, I can't decide whether this film like Rey is very clearly meant to be the protagonist. I can't pick like the protagonist role is sort of evenly split between Finn and Leia. Between Finn and Rey. It's like
no, I think it's Rey all the way.
It's Rey absolutely, but they're giving them equal.
The only way is Rey.
They're giving them equal footing, though. You see, like they're on the same level of importance to this new trilogy.
That
very
could
clearly.
Be a T-shirt. The only way is Rey.
The only way is Rey.
That's awesome. Sorry, what were you saying?
Man.
They like have equal. I disagree. I think Rey is the standout character.
Yeah, no, she
and
is.
Daisy Ridley is fantastic.
Yeah, she is.
Like
that meme that I keep seeing going around though.
Which one? Go on.
We're gonna cut this.
No, go ahead.
The one about things in Star Wars I'd like to get inside of. It's got the AT-AT.
No, this is staying in. Yeah,
just look it up.
You know, if you've seen it, you'll know.
If you've seen it, you know what it's about. Like,
but yeah, Daisy Ridley is amazing.
She's incredible.
It's like a first feature film, like really like lead feature film role. It's incredible.
I love it because
so much so that it made me like go really high.
I've obviously seen John Boyega in
Attack the Block.
And I think something else I can't remember.
It's a good film.
I love that film. Like people talk crap about that film.
You know,
I love that film.
I haven't seen it, but I read the script.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really strange, but
I
read the script.
I understand completely. Did you enjoy the script?
Yeah, it was a really good script.
You will enjoy the film.
Okay.
Because the film is like, it's very reliant on like visual effects, but also on the script. Like the script is
pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Good script.
But like John Boyega has a very small acting background. Like
relatively,
I haven't seen Adam Driver in anything. I've never
He's
seen
in Girls.
Daisy Ridley literally isn't in anything.
No,
like she's completely new.
I think she was in an episode or two of The Bill.
Yeah,
or something, or Casualty, or one of those things.
And if you've ever seen The Bill or Casualty or like anything British made by like
ITV.
Is it ITV?
Yeah,
I was about to say ITV, and then I was like, no, they have a couple of good ones though.
Like what?
I don't remember. Give me a while. I'll come back to
I suppose Primeval was ITV.
Primeval was good for the first
But we're talking ITV Studios, though. We're talking about, which is like Coronation Street, Emmerdale.
And that's it.
Rubbish.
They're the only ones that make money.
Yeah. It's interesting, that, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So these new characters are like, they all work to mirror someone from the original trilogy.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And it's very clear, but they do it by keep their own very clear personality.
Yeah, they have an identity.
Like you can tell Rey is meant to mirror Luke's journey in a lot of ways. You can tell that Poe is very clearly Han Solo.
Like it's the parallel.
But you don't feel like that's all they are.
Well,
like that's not the extent
it's a passing
of
the torch film. Like it's a film literally about getting. This is where we come from. This is where we're going.
Yeah,
and it does a really good job of that.
It really does. It's amazing.
It's really good. But speaking of Poe, did you like Poe? Did you like Oscar Isaac as Poe?
I love Oscar Isaac as Poe.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's one of my favorite casting decisions for the new film.
I really like Oscar Isaacs, man.
Yeah, I know. Oscar. I had a
great in Ex Machina.
I had a fight over the future marriage of Oscar Isaacs to me on Facebook the other day.
What?
Like,
who were you arguing with?
I was arguing with Medina. Basically, they said about how, like, you know, this is like Oscar Isaacs is theirs, and I'm like, nah, mine. I'm having Oscar Isaacs for myself.
Oscar, if you're listening,
I don't care, man. Like,
let's just be bros.
Just text me.
Answer the phone.
Text me.
Why don't you answer the phone? Why don't you ever come out to see me when I'm outside your window? Oscar, please.
I know you hear me tapping on the window. I know you see me. Right, anyway. Are you okay?
No, I choked a little bit.
I have such a huge man crush on Oscar Isaacs. It's unbelievable.
But anyway, Poe's cool.
Poe's cool.
His first line almost lost me a little bit. I was a little bit nervous.
I saw that. I saw you next to me in the cinema just like...
Straight out of the gate, there's like some like prequel-y humour. Not like to the level of prequel because it was actually moderately funny.
When you say prequel-y humour, what you mean is...
like
humour that's nothing like the prequels. It's just funny.
No, I don't know. The first thing he said was like, okay, so how does this work, back and forth. And the initial line, I was like, oh, okay, right, so we're starting with jokes. That's not a good thing. But then when I realised it was kind of his character, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. That's fine. What do you think of BB-8?
BB-8's incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, the coolest droid. Better than R2-D2. I'm sorry. R2-D2 will always have a place in my heart.
R2-D2 from the original trilogy is extremely hard to beat. They kind of screwed him up in the prequels a lot.
Like, wait, you can fly? Why didn't you do that at any point in the?
I can think of at least 10 occasions in the original trilogy where everything could have been solved by R2-D2 flying. Like,
yeah, I'd like
Sarlacc pit, no problem. Like,
just drop him in there.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. But
BB-8
is like
BB-8's
the
incredible
coolest and the most adorable character
that scene when the first takeoff in the Falcon and BB-8's just like
rolling around
and just dropping to the floor, and then he like pins himself up on tethers and stuff. It's just like
it's a really great
it's
moment.
brilliant. And that bit where he gives Finn a thumbs up, like, have you ever seen something that doesn't have arms give someone a thumbs up?
It's like a little
before?
lighter,
It's
isn't
like, it's exactly what it is. It's like Finn gives BB-8 a thumbs up, which like I thought was like, I've never seen anyone in Star Wars give a thumbs up before, so that was a bit out of place at first. I was like, what? But then I saw
they had thumbs up back then.
No, it's just like it's not a gesture that is common there. So it's just like to see BB-8 return the gesture though was adorable,
pretty cool,
and amazing.
Great, but yeah, I like that droid. That droid's gonna sell a lot of merchandise.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy one of the remote controllers.
I really want.
I still can't figure out how they work. Like,
don't.
That's practical. BB-8 is a practical effect.
Yeah, there was like, did you hear about Neil deGrasse Tyson when the
when
first trailer came out? He's like,
he was saying about how the ball can't roll through sand. It would just spin in place. And then like one of the effects guys messaged him and was just like, oh no, it's actually a practical.
No, he like saw it roll out at Star Wars Celebration. He was like,
never mind.
never mind that. So Millennium Falcon was cool.
Just smarted Neil deGrasse
Tyson. You mentioned the Millennium Falcon. Should we mention the duo that goes with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're of course talking about C-3PO and R2-D2.
Like, yeah.
no. We're talking about Han and Chewie.
Yeah. So
Han Solo's great in this.
He really is.
Really great. Like, I thought he was just going to phone it in, Harrison Ford.
Honestly, because of the pop culture success of Chewbacca in the past, like, 10 years or so since the, like, middle of the prequels and whatnot.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you mean.
The pop culture success of Chewbacca recently went, like, through the roof in the lead up to the Force Awakens.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And, like Wookiee t-shirts and like, the sound effect appearing literally just, like, everywhere. Like, people became obsessed with Chewbacca. So I thought they were really going to play on that during those scenes, but they absolutely didn't.
He was the right.
He resigned to the correct role that Chewbacca fills. They missed an opportunity for like significantly powerful character moment, but at the same time, like that character moment.
Because I've heard this a bunch now. Are you referring to the fact that Leia? But Chewie just walks past Leia at the end.
No, I'm with Chewie ignoring Leia. Like,
yeah, but that's just because you don't like Leia. But like the people are saying, like, oh, there's history there. They should have like had a moment, and I'm like, well,
I feel like Chewie was off to mourn in his own way.
In terms of filmmaking, the more important thing to do there, was deal with Rey. Absolutely. And her losing the father figure.
Exactly.
I mean, we said spoilers up front. Han Solo dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is another thing I want to talk about. Should we talk about that now?
No, I want to carry on with this Chewbacca.
Okay, go on the Chewbacca.
Well, basically, like the character moment that I think they seriously missed an opportunity for, which I'm actually kind of glad they missed the opportunity because it would have detracted from the scene as a whole. Mm-hmm. Is during the Han Solo death scene. Mm-hmm. Essentially, what happens is. Oh,
no, come on in, bro.
Okay, hey Bruno.
Do you think?
Hey, just hurry. So yeah, during that scene, like we see Chewbacca sort of go a bit like off the wall. Like he's a Wookiee. He's an angry creature. He's been known to tear droids' arms out of sockets.
Yep. Over chess games.
For losing a game of chess. Those are noisy dishes, bro. You okay?
You alright, mate?
Nerds. Okay, thanks. Yeah, so like we see him sort of go off the walls. You're really distracting.
You've thrown him off completely. Go ahead.
Go away, please.
For
get out of your kitchen. I don't even live here. Just get out.
I'll wait for you guys to finish the laundry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so
I need to do laundry actually.
Anyway,
am I going to cut that?
I need to do laundry.
Am I going to cut that?
No, sure.
No.
So
I'm too lazy to cut it.
Yeah, you are. So like Chewbacca sort of goes crazy when Han dies.
He does.
He blows up a bunch of shit. Like namely Star Killer Base.
He shoots Kylo Ren. The side or the leg?
I believe he hit him in like the hip, like lower than the abdomen, because it's not a kill shot. So we can assume it was like a non-vital. So he blows up the shield generator for Starkiller Base. It's kind of cool. You see him take out, like, you don't even, actually, do you see him take out a couple of stormtroopers? I don't remember.
Maybe.
The point is, he shoots some stuff, but it's like, here's the thing. It doesn't feel angry enough. Like, Chewbacca and Han have such a, like, big history together. Like, literally, every time we've seen Han in the Star Wars series, Chewbacca's been there. Like, Han and Chewbacca are a pair of characters.
Yeah.
And it just feels like they didn't play up Chewbacca's reaction enough. It would have given him a fair bit of character development. Because a lot of people see Chewbacca as big, angry teddy bear with a crossbow, and that's exactly what he is. But he has an emotional range. Like, he's a character that we know has,
especially in this film,
emotional range.
No.
Yeah, and especially in this film. But at the same time, if
the focus was
Han's death,
and the fact that Kylo Ren, his son,
had killed him,
just killed him.
So it's like, I understand the focus not being there, but I still feel like it's a missed opportunity.
What do you think of the moment when we're moving on to Han Solo's death now?
Yeah.
What do you think of the moment where he yells out after Ben?
Oh,
dude, that moment.
Here's the thing,
really cool, really awesome moment.
The Star Wars nerd inside of me was like, why isn't he called Jason, right?
To explain the extended universe, Han Solo's son is called Jason. Solo.
One of the Solo kids is called Jason Solo. He's the one that becomes a Sith, and so it was like, I felt like if they were going to reveal his name, it would be Jason, even just as like a nod to the fact that the extended universe.
No, I think you got to distance yourself, because at the point where you call him Jason Solo, he has to at least comply a little bit with what Jason Solo is.
Yeah, and he does.
Otherwise, no, but like to a nitpicky level, because there are fans who would be like, if he's Jason Solo, you do it properly.
Yeah, but I still feel like I still wanted him to be called Jason. That doesn't change anything. It doesn't detract from it still being a crazy powerful moment.
Yeah.
Like, you realise at that point it's just like, oh, that's what Kylo Ren means to Han. Like, not only is he his son, but he's someone that, like, has earned, like, because it sort of explains how he sees Obi-Wan now, and, like, it feels like it gives Han this regret of how he interacted with Obi-Wan, because, like, we never saw Obi-Wan and Han have a friendly interaction. Like,
no, he dies pretty much straight away.
He dies really early after meeting Han, and the only interactions were Han dismissing the Force and being a general kind of asshole to Obi-Wan. But it's like, it feels like he's developed so much as a character in the time that we've not been with them that, like, he's come to regret the decisions, and Obi-Wan has come to mean significantly more to him as, like, oh, this guy had his shit together. Like, this was someone who knew what the plan was and could guide us into, like, becoming these spearheads of the rebellion. These, like, Obi-Wan's the one that set everyone in motion, and this was Han's way to commemorate that.
Yeah.
And so to instill that much emotion into just the naming of this kid, like, it says as much about the relationship between Han and Ben as it does about how much this kid means to Han. Like, clearly Han has just developed emotionally way more than anyone could have anticipated in the years that we've not been in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, makes sense. So, Kylo Ren, since we're talking about Han's death, what do you think? Really cool villain.
I'm sure the equipment manager on Starkiller Base really hates him.
Yeah, like the office manager's like, motherfucker, we've got to replace that entire.
It's like, I literally just fixed that console. What are you doing?
And you just torn it apart. Yeah. It's like you don't even give a damn what's wrong with you. But this is all internal because he wouldn't dare say it.
It's not even safe to be internal. I just think, like, there's no way the equipment manager for Starkiller Base would have been anywhere near Kylo Ren ever. Because the amount of angry thoughts that he would have about Kylo Ren,
that stormtrooper moment where they're walking down the corridor and they hear like they hear the lightsaber, and they just turn around. It's a great moment, amazing, really funny moment.
It's like,
this film was funny,
subtle comedy in some areas, and like
a little bit more overt comedy in
some others.
Yeah,
and they all work. Like,
there were some moments that missed with me, but I'll reserve that opinion.
When it comes to comedic moments, what did you think of JB 007?
JB 007. I think that's funnier knowing it was Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
I think it's, for those who don't know, the stormtrooper that Rey Jedi mind tricks is Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
And I love his response when people were like, "Are you in the new Star Wars?" It's like apparently you play a stormtrooper. No, he was like, "No, why would I do that? That would be like I'm not gonna have an uncredited cameo. What do you think I am? Like a lowly actor? I'm James motherfucking Bond."
But it turns out he's absolutely in the film.
No, it's really funny.
No,
because it's really cool way.
I think I heard something a while back about him being a huge Star Wars fan, so it would make sense.
I mean, who isn't? Well,
Good
there are people, but
there are people, as I
would
discovered when handing out Star Wars event posters last month.
Because we did a marathon.
We did a marathon of the films, and some people did not react.
Yeah,
well
they
to
were
those posters.
douchey.
Yeah,
there's that girl who was like, "I'm sick of hearing about Star Wars."
Yeah,
I'm sick of hearing about Star Wars.
Oh god, she was just
shut up.
Anyway, right.
Back on to Kylo Ren.
Can we talk about the other stormtroopers?
No, we need to talk about Kylo Ren.
Okay.
All we said is that he destroys stuff.
Okay, do you want my ultimate summary, which I've been saying for a couple of weeks now?
And this is like general consensus now. It would seem like we saw it first day and we formed this opinion first day, so we're not just being derivative of anyone else who said it.
From some other people who are Star Wars fans, but not quite to the level of living and breathing Star Wars like me and you.
Yeah.
That Kylo Ren doesn't land for them. Like, they don't.
No, that's crazy shit.
I keep saying Kylo Ren is what Anakin Skywalker was supposed to be.
Anakin Skywalker done right.
Yeah.
Like, if you could go and cast...
He's moody, he's bitchy, he's emotional, he's over the top, but this is how you're supposed to do it.
He's a child,
Yeah, he is.
He is like an underdeveloped human being.
It's what happens when you give a character the physical knowledge of the world around them, but don't give them any emotional
context,
investment.
Yeah, emotional context.
In it.
Yeah.
This is someone who is self-centered
and I think
projecting that into the area.
I think what's interesting is he has kind of a reverse Anakin Skywalker arc. Like, Anakin Skywalker was battling away the dark, but Kylo Ren is battling away the light.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any theories about that? Because I've heard a couple.
I have a lot of theories about that. Like, the big one is obviously the he's trying to
balance the Force. That's what I've heard, is that he has misunderstood what it means to have the Force balanced, and he thinks to every Jedi there must be a Sith Lord, and so he's trying to adopt the darkness when it's
Now,
not.
here's the thing, right? In my own headcanon, right?
Yep.
That's correct. That's how the Force is supposed to be.
I would... Oh, you think
I believe that's how the Force is supposed to be. I feel like what he's done is he has taken his training with the light side the wrong way, and his... Wait, no, sorry, I don't think this is one of the theories.
Go on. No, it's
There's
fine.
so much information in my head that I can't tell what's mine or not. But like the big theory I keep hearing is that he's trying to infiltrate the Sith, the dark side, and kill Snoke. Like,
that's interesting.
Like the theory goes that basically he doesn't understand the balance of the light versus the dark, and he thinks that the Sith are just evil and need to be eliminated, but he's willing to become a martyr.
So he's like a double agent.
Yeah, he's like a double agent, but the least effective one in the universe.
Yeah, it seems strange to me. I think that's less convincing because it would make no sense to me why he would adopt the darkness to be a double agent. Like, there would be ways of just... Like, I could just pretend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although I suppose you can kind of feel the balance in the Force.
If we have to include the original... Like, sorry, the prequels as any influence, we can see with Count Dooku that people infiltrating the dark side to sort of help bring balance to it doesn't work.
Yeah, Count Dooku
is one of my favourite characters.
Could have been really interesting.
But, like, here's the thing. Like, as with everything in the prequels, like, there's a lot of good stuff there and a lot of potential, but half of it is done so badly that it brings the rest of it down with it. One of the things is, like, Count Dooku is such an interesting character and could have been one of the best characters in the series, let alone just the prequels. But the problem was that they didn't know where his place was, and they just kept writing him in as a sort of ex machina to sort of, actually like the opposite of an ex machina, just to interrupt the hero's progress.
Yeah.
It's dumb, and it's a shame. But, like, one of the theories is that, like, basically he's supposed to be, if you continue this idea of mirroring the previous Star Wars films, that he's trying to do what Dooku did, essentially.
Yeah.
Which I don't buy into this theory. I don't think this is what's happening.
I think he just has... I would be more likely to say that he is deliberately trying to fight away the light side because he thinks that's how the balance of the Force works.
Yeah. I think what's happening is that basically he's learned as a Jedi what it means to...
Like, Luke had taught him.
Yeah, because obviously we saw Luke fall slightly towards the dark side and then recover from it.
Yeah, there are moments where you maybe see...
The Return of the Jedi,
doubt.
the only good thing I find in Return of the Jedi, like the big thing that I find redeemable in Return of the Jedi is seeing Luke and the sort of moral grey area he's landed in towards the start of the film, and like how he progresses back towards the light.
I agree.
I feel like what's happened is that Kylo Ren has been taught as a Jedi what the dark side means and what it is to fall towards it and become corrupt, and that he has felt he's done that, but just doesn't lack the mental capacity to fight it back. And now he's realized, like, he's slowly, like, basically it feels like he's fallen towards the dark side, but is still, like, he's making it worse in his mind. Like,
I get what you mean.
He's exaggerating what's happened to him, and he feels like he can't redeem himself.
I feel bad because we've got some really interesting stuff being thrown around.
We'll go as
right
long
now,
as we
but
have to with this.
No, but we should probably move on because we want to keep this relatively short. It's a special episode.
Okay, tiny thing I want to talk about real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The best stormtrooper name in history isn't even in the film.
Yeah, it's one that the community created.
TR8R.
TR8R. Traitor. It's a really great fan-created name.
Can we talk about how that fight is single-handedly one of the best and worst things about the film?
It's pretty cool.
It's a great fight. It's great to see the development that Finn has in that scene. It's awesome to see this new stormtrooper tech and everything the Empire is doing to combat. And the fact that the Empire,
because they're all trained in like melee,
is learning now and is adapting this. But it's also the worst thing because it's like the biggest missed opportunity to have
why not
Captain
have Phasma be? Why not have Phasma be a character? Because she did nothing in the film. She literally.
It's the big this is the only thing I found that no one disagrees with is that stormtrooper should have been Phasma. Except now I don't want it to be Phasma because TR8R is too fucking cool.
It's a cool.
He is the coolest thing.
No, but like seriously, like
Galaxy.
Phasma was. And I hope they get her right in the next couple of films.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because this is genuinely
she still has a massive amount of potential, and I feel like
she is in the next couple of films.
Yeah,
or at least in the next one.
She's signed on for 8 and 9.
Okay, great. But that doesn't necessarily mean she'll be in 8 and 9.
I think that like they still could get away with the way that Phasma has been used in this film if they sort of like if it's
justified.
If it's justified, if like they develop the character more and give us a reason that she wasn't as big a character in this,
or effective as a stormtrooper.
I could justify it by saying that it gave us time to focus more on the development of the other characters.
I understand that, but like, why have that character there at all? If you just want to...
That's the only other.
My thing is, it would have been a really great thing to see Finn. She is Finn's Vader, effectively. Is the way I see it. That should be the way it is. His antagonistic force should have been her.
Yeah,
but instead, we got TR8R. No, T8.
Alright. TR8R.
TR8R.
Right, traitor.
Traitor. So I'm trying to traitor in my head. Traitor.
All the memes, by the way, guys. Just go and look up some of the traitor memes.
Amazing stuff that's come out of there. So
here's Johnny one. Just...
I saw that earlier today.
I saw an animated version of it earlier.
It's really, really great.
Anyway,
Maz Kanata, and let's talk about the CGI.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
she's the. Sorry, she's one of. What I'm saying is she's one of two major
CGI motion captured characters.
Yeah, what I'm saying, she's one of the only 2 full CG characters in this. film.
which is amazing in itself.
This is how Star Wars should be.
Yeah, it's like the closest thing to a film since Return of the Jedi. Because the prequels are barely films. You got to admit it. Phantom Menace is kind of a film.
Here's the thing. I'm saying.
This is such a weird way of phrasing it. Phantom Menace is kind of a film because they're in places.
It's the most traditionally film structured of the prequels.
Yeah.
But the reason I don't...
It's not Ewan McGregor talking to
I don't
tennis ball on a stick.
Register Return of the Jedi as being well structured.
Oh, right.
Because it relies so heavily on the narrative at the end of Empire to sort of put the start... Like...
Well, that's just the
Jabba's palace makes no sense.
And, like,
no, but here's the thing: Jabba's palace makes no sense.
What are you talking about?
It's just like here's the thing: like
Boba Fett said, look, they established that film 1. I'm willing to disagree with you, but we're not talking about the original trilogy.
Yeah, no.
We're talking about Maz Kanata What did you think of the motion capture? I thought it was great.
Damn good.
Really good. Lupita Nyong'o nailed it. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Edna Mode for some reason. From The Incredibles.
No, absolutely. That's exactly what it was channeling the entire time to me. At first I was like, oh, it is Alien Edna. That's like the thought that I had when we were sitting down.
But like, she's deep and she actually she had a bigger role.
People are saying she's supposed to emulate Yoda. That's exactly correct.
I see it.
That is exactly correct. That's what the character is there for.
But there is still stuff to be investigated with her because she is in the next couple of films, and also there were deleted scenes.
Yeah.
That unfortunately got cut because it's a long
her
film.
with
With the resistance in the resistance base, handing Luke's lightsaber to.
Like Rey wasn't supposed to get the lightsaber that early. Sorry, Finn wasn't even.
Yeah, something like I know. No. Wait. Maybe. I don't know.
Deleted scenes make things weird, guys.
Yeah,
don't rely on them for canon stuff at all, ever.
Anyway.
Yeah. She's such an interesting character.
Interesting is exactly the word I would use.
Like, I'm not sure yet whether I can say she's... Because, like, a lot of the characters in this film are perfect for this film. They're not perfect characters. No character is supposed to be, right?
No character will ever be.
I'm struggling to decide yet whether Maz Kanata is convincing in her role. That will be she serves her purpose for this film perfectly fine, but like to see like a conclusive arc to the character, it's too early to call. So like in the context of The Force Awakens, great character, perfect for the role, but like to see whether she's going to be a character that perfectly fills the role of Yoda, and whether like the arc develops in a way that is natural and good for the character is yet to be seen.
From one fully CG character to another, from one to another motion capture character, Andy Serkis's Supreme Leader Plagueis.
Yep.
Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yeah, Supreme Leader Snoke, who is probably Darth Plagueis. Like, it's 95% certain at this point.
I saw something interesting today. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
What?
So, someone took an image of... you'll have to forgive me, I don't know the name of the... that's really going to annoy me now. The actor who played... who was the body of... Who was Darth Vader under the mask in Return of the Jedi. I apologise for forgetting his name. Anyway. So that shot, once the helmet had been lifted, compared to General Snoke, Supreme Leader Snoke even.
Yeah.
And the scar on the head is in the same place. And so someone was like, maybe, but I'm like, nah.
No, because he was incinerated.
Yeah, he was burned up. But I mean, think they can cheat death is the point.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's Plagueis.
David Prowse.
David Prowse. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might not be.
No, it is. I was just like, I'm trying to rack my brain for knowledge. And
but anyway, what did you think? So he's probably Plagueis, but enough about that. What did you think for him in this film? Were you nervous when you saw he was giant initially, before you realised it was a hologram?
Here's the problem I'm having. Like, the further I get away from having originally watched The Force Awakens, the more I'm realising Snoke probably shouldn't have been in The Force Awakens.
Kind of like the Emperor, you mean? Like maybe alluded to...
This was too early. I think it detracted from the sort of authority that is given to Kylo Ren. Because the problem is they still try to play it off Kylo Ren as like the ultimate authoritarian figure in the First Order. The same way you see like Vader having internal power struggles with the Empire in A New Hope, but sort of swiftly kicking people's arse.
I see what you mean. So, like, because the way it worked in the original trilogy...
Yeah, it's very clear Vader's not on top.
You had Emperor Palpatine, you had Vader, and on the same level, in a different way, you had Tarkin. And there's a similar thing in this
There's a back and forth with Tarkin, but ultimately... It's very clear that Vader is hot shit. Like,
and that was interesting about this one because you had General Hux played by Domhnall Gleeson, who's great,
and you can see Kylo Ren comes out on top in those conflicts.
Do you think it's undermined by having
Snoke there? Because especially the one interaction between
all three of them,
Hux,
because it makes it look like Hux is running to Dad, like, hey, this is bullshit, like they're like they're bitchy siblings.
Yeah, which I guess sort of reaffirms the whole childish attitude of Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
it sort of works, but at the same time, that's not the attitude you need for the person literally leading the armies of the First Order.
I totally get what you mean.
It screws with the character dynamic between Kylo and Hux, and I'm starting to think, he probably shouldn't have been in the film, but at the same time, they paid a lot for Andy Serkis.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but like I think that you had to have it because at the although maybe you could have.
They could have had him right at the end when we're first revealed to Luke Skywalker. So it's literally like we're supposed to be seeing this balance of the Force again, like the grand scheme of things.
So you've got the master and apprentice kind of thing.
So we have like, oh, here's Luke Skywalker. Oh, here's
Snoke.
Here's Snoke. And they could have then, like, if we'd seen the giant stature of Snoke,
I think people would have been. I think people would have been really angry.
I think people would have been initially angry, but I think if
they'd have shown like giant Snoke without revealing it was a hologram.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have worked because we'd all be going out of it going, that's
what was
dumb.
that? Yeah,
that was dumb. That's what I was worried about first when I saw him. I was like, oh, no, you can't.
Yeah.
How are they going to fight this guy?
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, completely. I've gone back on that decision.
No, retcon it. Get it out.
Sorry, am I not allowed?
Throw it away.
Am I not allowed to develop my own thoughts or something?
No, you gotta choose a path and stick with it.
Screw me. I'm not allowed to have opinions.
You love Snoke. You thought he was the best character. Damn it. You wanted him to be 70 feet tall. That's what you're saying definitively now. You can't go back.
Yeah, he has to be 70 feet tall.
Yeah.
And only revealed at the end.
You heard it here
first.
first.
That's the only way it could work, and I am not allowed to change my opinions.
No, you got to pick a path and stick with it.
No, but on a serious note, though, if they're gonna have Snoke in throughout the film, I think the 70-foot tall hologram and the sort of brooding, mysterious atmosphere was probably the wrong way to go about it.
I thought it was good.
I don't think it was bad. I just think it could have been done significantly better in areas.
Okay. Well, final bit before we wrap up.
Yep.
Seeing Luke Skywalker, you had alluded to it a bit.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? And also, I called it, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a weird island off of Ireland.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the only part of the film that took me out of it. I was like,
do you know what it was?
That's Ireland.
Do you know what it was for me?
What?
Was the cobbled staircase.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's somewhere in Ireland.
We haven't seen cobbling anywhere else in the Star Wars
universe. I know, it
it
really threw me.
Would it have hurt to like throw some dirt or something over
Yeah,
there?
I don't know why it totally threw me. I was like, through that whole scene, I was like, it's a really well shot scene. It looks beautiful. Oh my god, there's Luke Skywalker, but they're in Ireland.
Yeah. Okay. I actually want to know what you think of the Luke Skywalker reveal first before I say what I think.
Yeah, because I do let you talk.
You sort of put a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah. I think it was a little bit. It makes sense. I get it. Yep. I get it going forward. It's a little too cliffhangery for me. A little too inconclusive. It was like it had its own ending. It had its ending, and you could have alluded to maybe that should have been the start of the next one. But you kind of left it on this cliffhanger that is more this like overarching story. When I like films to be conclusive.
Do you think it would have worked better if they had like more directly shown the influence Luke Skywalker had on the galaxy throughout the film? Because we see Luke Skywalker in a flashback and we see his lightsaber. I
don't think that's a flashback. I think that's a flash forward.
Sorry, yeah, you know what I mean. It was in
a force vision.
A force vision, regardless of whether it's forward or backwards.
I think that's episode 8.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm so used to calling them flashbacks because I hate film.
Yeah.
But like I think that if we'd have directly seen, I don't know, if we'd have seen characters who had, other than Han and Leia, like new characters who we hadn't spent so long with, obviously having been influenced by.
I know what you mean.
Like if we'd have seen characters who were like, oh, we never met them before. Luke had, you know, like if we'd have found out like Hux had been, you know, the child of one of the Moffs on the second Death Star.
Yeah.
And like we'd seen how directly he had influenced other people's lives. I feel like that conclusive reveal at the end would have been more like powerful. It would have been like, oh shit, this is the guy.
But it was still really cool to see.
It
Mark
was
Hamill.
still
and
really
Mark
cool.
Hamill looks. That's a cool looking Luke Skywalker. That's a good like. I think it looks really awesome.
Do you know what I think it is about him?
The beard
Looks like Obi-Wan.
Oh, dude! That didn't click until right now when you said it. He totally looks like Obi-Wan.
He's gone back to the traditional
and he looks
brown
like
and cream Jedi garb.
Yeah, that's what
he's like.
Man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be emulating Obi-Wan because, like, here's the thing: we have everyone in our heads has this aesthetic built of what the wise Jedi Master looks like. This traditional Jedi Master idea is like, oh, it's this old wise dude who is not afraid to kick ass, but like is reserved and is peaceful and is calm. But then we have that flipped on our head and like a powerful ending because we see him sort of like trembling, and it's like, oh,
yeah, he looks scared.
Shit, something's
looks
gone
upset.
wrong. Or right
yeah, he
here.
looks upset to have seen Rey, but kind of like proud, it's
like,
a weird combination
it's like
of emotions.
This is exactly what I needed and expected, but I'm so unhappy. This
is where it's come to.
Like, I feel like
into the mic, Connor.
Sorry, yeah, I feel like this is exactly where his plans were supposed to lead him, but I feel like he knows, and I'm just gonna call it here. He's dead in the next film.
You think they're going to kill off?
I think the end of Episode 8 will have Luke Skywalker's death, because I feel like this is what we're seeing here. Is like Luke's now reserving to the fact that this is the end of me, but this is what needs to happen.
Interesting. I think he'll. If we're talking about,
also that would make this flash forward. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, feel free.
This would make that flash forward where we saw him putting his hand on R2D2 a really emotional goodbye.
Don't do
him
it.
saying goodbye to R2.
Oh God. Oh no! What if that's from Episode 9 though? Because I feel like Han Solo was the Obi-Wan of this trilogy. You know, he comes, he teaches them about the Force, he teaches them about all this lineage,
and
all
he
this
gets the shit stabbed out of him.
He gets killed
Yep.
in the first one. Then you meet this wise teacher who will train you. He survives the middle film and then dies.
It works for Yoda in Return of the Jedi because Yoda isn't such a heavily established character at that point. We've seen him in Empire Strikes Back, but we haven't spent as much time with him as we have with Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I feel like they could allude to this whole, like, this is how things have to go. This is destiny. This is what you need to do. This is like, this could be like Han is already like a spurring moment. Like, it's something that pushes the protagonist forwards in this trilogy. I feel like this would really settle things into place for the final film if Luke died at the end of.
It'd be interesting. So, do you have any Episode 8 predictions other than that?
Yeah, I think
we'll see Kylo Ren in his mask more because now he has a reason to wear it.
Or we will see him without his mask.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
I think he's.
Do you think he'd own it?
I think either he's going to completely own it and be like, "This is what a Sith looks like. This is menacing," or we're gonna see him fall back into the comfort of the mask and like become essentially this faceless avatar.
Yeah,
like this
like barely even a person.
Yeah,
anymore.
It's like this is either the personal strength of the Force or like this is the mysterious like presence of the dark side.
How much more of Finn do you think we'll see?
I think we'll see as much of Finn in 8 as we did in this one.
Okay,
because I think they are a pair of protagonists rather than just. I know Rey is definitely the protagonist, like the standout protagonist, but I feel like
here's the thing: Episode 5, that it was a very split narrative. You had the Millennium Falcon crew, and then you had Luke on Dagobah. I think there could be something like that in this next one, where it's like it's kind of split down the middle. Anyway,
the only other prediction I have is that Lando is not coming back. Lando is not Finn's dad. Everyone stop. Please just stop.
I think Billy D. Williams is actually coming back, but I don't think it'll have anything to do with Finn.
I could see him maybe being like a resistance general. That's it. That's it.
Or not even, just like around.
Yeah.
You know? Like, hey, I'm Lando. I was in the original film.
It'd be cool to see him chilling with Maz Kanata.
Yeah. That'd be
that would be pretty cool, given like the whole scoundrel reputation.
Yeah, exactly. Pirate-y kind of thing.
But yeah, that's that.
That is that. Thank you for coming and doing this special episode.
Can I go back to sleep now?
Yeah, you can go back to sleep, mate.
Cool.
Thanks to Audible for sponsoring. Really cool. Check it out. Once again, the link is audibletrial.com/filmforthought. You can get a 30-day trial of the service.
Good job.
And a free audiobook of your choice. That's it.
Yeah,
we're done. Do you
play a jingle?
So we're doing. So this is kind of a new setup for us. Do you want to establish any like end routine?
No, just play a jingle, and I think we'll just have like a title card at the end or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
Play a jingle.
Yeah. Let's make jingles. I'm gonna go home and make jingles.
Well, I want to get this up soon.
Jingles.